With the new release of Dungeons, there have been many new weapons introduced into Hypixel Skyblock. With all of these new weapons, people are starting to disagree about the best weapon Skyblock has to offer. Before Dungeons released, it was clear that the 50 million coin Midas sword was the best weapon in the game, but it might not be keeping its top position for long. Today, I am going to be conducting a few tests to see if the 50 million coin Midas sword is really the best sword in the game. Hey guys, before the video starts, I would like you to please subscribe to my channel. It's free and it really helps me out, so there's no reason not to do it. Anyways, hope you enjoy the video. The tests I will be conducting today will be separated into 4 categories: base stats, price, usage inside and outside of dungeons. The first weapon I will be testing today is the infamous aspect of the dragons. This sword is the go-to sword for many mid-game and even late-game players. This sword has a base damage of 225 and a base strength of 100. This sword costs about 3 million coins on the auction house and can also be found rarely by killing a dragon. Inside of dungeons, the sword's Dragon Rage ability can be used to push away any mobs in front of you. This can be very helpful when you need to get away from a situation quickly. Outside of dungeons, however, this sword is second only to the 50 million Midas in damage. With its high base stats, a price that is relatively low, and its general usefulness, this sword gets a total score of 33 out of 40. The next weapon I will be testing today is the Spirit Scepter. At 5 stars, this sword comes in with a base damage of 180 and a very low strength of 0. The sword will cost you upwards of 18 to 20 million coins on the auction house, but can also be crafted with the Spirit Wing drop, which is a rare find on floor 4 of dungeons. This sword's damage and price might be a set-off, but with its amazing guided bat ability, you are able to clear any room in dungeons as a mage. And even if you run out of mana, because the sword is a dungeon item, its stats increase while inside of dungeons, making it an effective sword as well. Outside of dungeons, this sword can still deal a decent amount of damage with its guided bat ability, but it's not good for much else. With its low damage outside of dungeons, higher price, and very low usefulness outside of dungeons, this sword gets a total score of 25 out of 40. The last weapon I will be testing today is the 50 million coin Midas sword. This sword comes in with a whopping base damage of 270 and a base strength of 120. But its high damage comes with a high price. The sword will cost you upwards of 50 to 60 million coins on the auction house. Inside dungeons, this sword is outshone by even the cheapest of dungeon swords. With its lack of damage and ability, the sword has no use inside of dungeons. Outside of dungeons, however, is where the sword shines. Dealing the most damage of any other weapon outside of dungeons, the Midas sword takes the gold. With its high base damage, extremely high price, 0 usefulness in dungeons, but extreme usefulness outside of dungeons, the Midas sword gets a final total score of 22 out of 40. With all 3 of these tests performed, we see that the aspect of the dragons actually comes out on top with a score of 33, the Spirit Scepter in second with a score of 25, and the Midas sword in close third place with 25 points. Thank you all for watching. I hope this video proved useful for choosing your future sword, and I'll see you all later.